Good evening, I'm Oral Gibbs, and welcome to Oral Gibbs Live. Tonight, I'm honored to have a very remarkable St. Martin gentleman. You know, people will come from all over the world. We'll recognize them, we'll honor them, and so often we forget our own and our history and what our history and our people mean to us. This gentleman is a remarkable St. Martin. You know him, none other than Mr. Jocelyn Arndell. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, very well, thanks.
You have done so many things. It's just amazing, you know, and I've had the honor knowing you for a long time and working with you for 10 years when I was working with the government.
Yeah, Government Information Service.
Right, but you've done so much. And then they send you on a special mission to St. Thomas.
Yeah, there were days, you know, we had, as an employee, you had direct connection with the lieutenant governors. You know, it was not like recently you have to make an appointment to see them and so on.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that.
But I got to really congratulate you because it's been a long time coming. What you have done for Carnival in St. Martin, a lot of people haven't done.
That is true. I mean, you have to give jacket. You see, a lot of people don't know how Carnival started. I wrote an article, I think it was 2005, from festival to Carnival. Because we started like a little festival, people having little parades here and there, starting at different areas and so on. And Arndell was lieutenant governor. He followed Yapa Boujon when Yapa Boujon left.
Right.
Because Yapa Boujon was a dynamic man when it comes to culture and those kind of activities and so on. And Arndell noticed that the people showed some type of interest in having a festival, a carnival, or what you want to call it. And at that time, the Oranje Committee was founded in 1960. That was put together by Yapa Boujon. And every time there was a festive day, like 15th of December, 11th of November, and then the 30th of April, they would make a committee and to handle the festivities of that day. And Arndell said, Mr. Lexi Arndell and Mr. Daykoff, they're going to St. Thomas to have discussions about getting water by badge to St. Martin. He said, Jocelyn, why don't you go along with them and see how the carnival in St. Thomas is? Because more or less the same time that we have in our festivity. St. Thomas would finish around the 30th of April, and just then is when we would be the Queen's birthday, so we would have those activities. So I went along with them. They went for water. They went south to, I don't know if you know, what they call Frenchtown in St. Thomas. They went in that direction. And Courtly Wilson, I don't know if you remember him. He's Trifina's son, but he passed too. He picked me up at the
He was living in St. Thomas.
He lived in St. Thomas. He was
time?
a teacher in St. Thomas at the time. And he took me to the village, the Carnival village in St. Thomas, where they had little booths here, there, and so not properly arranged as a village, but people were selling drinks and food and so on, and these little booths. I said, well, that's a very good idea. I'll try that when I go back home. So I came back from St. Thomas after the 2 or 3 days, and our Queen Birthday business was over. The 11th of November now, when we celebrate, this was on our side to celebrate, and up where the Sunday school and the library and that whole stretch of land down to where Vatican trading was, they had just filled that. That was filling, they were busy filling the part and so. And then I said, but that's a good idea. I must say that the president of the Oranje Committee was Lexi Arndell, and he gave full cooperation. I laughed many times.
He was a busy person those days too.
I'm telling you, he was there whenever there was rain or there was anything that he needed. He was chief of public works, so he would send a truck or send to get stuff to to put in on the ground and get a roll with a grader to grade it up because up there used to be full of mud. I mean, it was mud. And we established the Carnival village, the festival village, so to speak, because we had it covered around with coconut branches. And then over the entrance, we had Festival Village. And what was so strange...
That's the one where the Sunday school is now,
yes,
right?
yes. So when I told people we were going to set up a village, Jocelyn, you going to set up? I said, yeah. I said, tell them who's interested in getting a booth. Who want to put up a booth? 8 people. You know, Jocelyn Constant, Mary Brooks, and Louis Blunt, his wife, and, you know, those people, 8 of them. Langer was the first person. Yeah, Langer. And we had 8 booths. 15 guilders to the committee to put up a booth. 15 guilders.
Amazing.
And we had years doing that, maybe about 5 years or so. And then it grew from 8 booths, 25 booths. Everybody started coming in the booth. It became a nice little village there. And then we had Bill At. I said, well, why don't we make a nice background on the stage? The stage was two flatbeds put together. And Bill At painted the courthouse, just as the courthouse on the plywood.
I can remember that as a little boy, yeah.
And that was the backstage. Yeah. So when you go on stage and you open the door, it's like you're going in the courthouse.
Right.
The public, the crowd wouldn't see the difference, you know, for you to get the backstage. And we had that for a couple of years. And I'll tell you who assisted us very well too was Albert Fleming. He was a contractor then. And he assisted us in getting the stage and so together. And what was amusing, and I must mention that a lot of people forget a lot of things. Malbé was being built at the time. And what we did, there was a guy, I don't remember his name, but anyway, he arranged with me, and he can bring a band from the States. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, that time the Calhoun brothers used to come in on Learjet. First time, you know, that we saw Learjet, those guys used to fly Learjet in. And he brought a country and western band from the United States to play in the Carnival village one night. And let me tell you, it was something spectacular because, I mean, the fellow rattling the banjo and playing the violin. I mean, we never saw that before, you know? And they gave some quiz that night. And who could say which song was sung by whom? You know who won all the prizes? It's Jerry Brooks, because he was a fanatic when it comes to country and western. He could sing the songs and things like that, and he won all the prizes. So then, after a few years, they needed that land to do something else with, where the library is, and the Sunday school, and so on. So they were just started filling over where the present village is. They started filling that. And Raoul, we had to clean up and so on. He said, well, why don't you all move over there on a Good Friday? It was Arndell Scott, a guy from Dominica that lives in Pumu, by the name of Hazel, this is his family name, and myself. We went over there with a tape, and we marked out 103 spaces.
Wow.
And that's where we moved over there, and people came again, you know, start building up their booths and so. And it was a crazy in the Carnival. How many booths are in the village? You know, because people started going.
And they didn't have any numbers on the booths, right?
No, it didn't have no numbers. It's just this way and then that way and then that way.
And everyone looked almost the same.
Every booth, everybody building the booth. And then the smartness of some of the booth builders, they're in the middle. So they wait till when that booth is built,
Yeah, with the back and the front.
In the back and the front. No, it was fun, you know, to build up their booth. And they stay there for the duration of the Carnival, go home, maybe get a bath and come back again the whole day in there. They play games, late games, and in the night. And you know what's so strange? We had no police station in there. There were no security guards, so to speak, in the village. And the carnival activities, until the next morning, the sun rising, people are outside dancing still. They don't go home. They didn't used to go home.
But when it was kept at the area where the Sundial School and the library is at, that was close to where I used to live.
Yes.
I used to just walk down the alley and go to the Carnival Village. At that time, it was still going
Yes,
till the morning?
until morning.
Oh, okay.
Till morning. It was 24 hours.
Because I had to be home by 10 o'clock.
And even after the shows, people remain, hanging around,
Yeah.
music playing, the dancing outside, and so on. And what was so amusing about it, actually, when it rained, they danced in the mud. The next day, Lex would send and get the trucks to bring some stuff and put the stuff on it and get the railroad coming with the grader, and they get the grader up, nice again.
It used to rain more in those days than now.
Every year, around April, we had a lot of rain.
And then I can't remember any entrance fee when I was small.
Yeah, a little entrance fee, $3. $3. And when Sparrow was coming from St. Thomas, going back up to Trinidad and so on, $5 to come in village. I remember well. When we moved over to where the village is now, I made a booklet with 30 tickets, $25 for the booklet. You had 5 tickets over, right? If you needed a drink by any bar, you would tear out the ticket and go and get your drink, and the bar owner would keep them. And when the carnival is finished, bring them to the committee and collect the money. Yeah, that is what we did.
Wow.
So it was more, a fun thing, not a business thing.
So then now it's a big business.
I'm telling you. And I made mention of this several times. Gibbes gave us free electricity until we went over where the village is now, and that's where the fee for the boat went up to $25, because we had to give them $20,000 up front for them to run the poles and the wire and so forth, and they had to pay them in. That's why it moved from what it was to $25 for a boat. So we counted, 100 boats at $25.
It's amazing. How much a boat go for?
And
now?
then it went to $50 and so. So we used to collect the money in advance, and we paid GB $20,000.
Today now it's a lot of money for.
Of course.
Right? And so when you look back at where you started, going to St. Thomas, looking at how they did carnival, and you look at today, the village, are you surprised?
In a sense, well, we as a committee, we were always asking the government if we wouldn't be able to build permanent booths instead of building up and breaking down and so on. And it took a lot of years before they actually did it.
Yeah.
But when you compare our booths, or our carnival village, we call it festival village now, to St. Thomas and to any other place in the Caribbean, St. Martin has a state-of-the-art village, better than anybody else. It's the best.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
come a
telling
long
you.
way.
Out of, as I was saying, the foundation for that was properly laid, and people enjoyed it, and people supported it.
Yeah.
That's how it is today.
And in your time, it was so different. It wasn't about money at all.
No.
I mean, you guys weren't being paid.
Look, we were members of the Orania Committee, that's what we call it. And we didn't get any kind of a compensation for that membership. If somebody give us a lemonade to the side of the road, we walk in during the parade, they would give us a little something, but we were not entitled to anything. We got no compensation, nothing.
But how did the people in St. Martin receive Carnival? Because once you came back from St. Thomas, you have also had parades on the road, right?
Well, let me say this. The different parades, but why it is called, whether we want to call it a festival today or Carnival today, is because every year, consecutively, we have our festivities at the same time. Formally, 11th of November, let's jump up, so to speak. 15th of December 1, Queen, but one, you could see the enthusiasm by the people to get something organized. So that's why they say for the 6 years. It started 1970, the 11th of November. So 71 in April again, and then from then every year in April the Queen's birthday.
Okay. But when it came to the parade now on the road, how did people react to women in skimpy things?
I can tell you, I can remember this personally with my own ears. When we got to the square, the Rector Plain in Phillipsburg, there were people there who were criticizing the way that the revelers were dressed. Oh, look at those people, they ain't got no shame, look what they're wearing and so on.
You mean they were wearing G-string in those days?
No, not that they didn't exist, but they were partly naked, just their bra covered and the cover, but rest no clothes.
So even in those days they had it like that, really?
Yeah, of course.
I thought they were.
And they made their own uniforms. They had a troop with Kruger bag and outfit, costume from Kruger bag. I had pictures of that. But sometimes in the storm, the pictures get wet, So I love that. But I can tell you, they used to make their own costume, and who was very instrumental. I must mention that in the carnival activities, where parades and so on are concerned in making costume. Liney Wyatt, Victor Collingford.
Oh, he was incredible.
C2, Francisco Sampson. Joyce Jones, they were in Aruba and so on, and they came up with knowing how costumes and things were made.
I think people need to look forward to Victor Collingford every year.
They contributed a lot. Yeah, they look forward to him.
Costumes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So all of these are people that really made...
They made it what it is today.
Yeah.
It didn't start. It started with a few people. I mean, when you compare the parade now to the parade back then, there is a difference. We have one or two little troops, paraded to look at what it is today.
We had steel band.
We have steel bands.
We didn't have all the big bands that there is now. No. Now you have to put earplugs or they kill you.
I'm telling you, it could knock your hat out of place.
Yeah. But I want to say, I don't know if it's right to say this, but I think today, St. Martin Carnival is the best in the Caribbean after Trinidad.
That's correct. That's what you said is correct. You could say it because it's correct.
I think
we attract people from all over the world. Yeah. And you know what is very attractive for us? The Juve around the pond. Yeah. The Juve around the pond. That pulls people from all over. Look, this last Juve we had, that's the best we have ever had. I said 95 was big and it was good, but this year was the best. And I congratulated the Carnival Committee on their organization and so on. They did a very good job. We know what in my mouth. Yeah. They did a good job.
They've taken it to another level in a way, because now it's very sophisticated. It's a business operation.
The only thing that I personally, this is my personal opinion, and I heard a lot of people say about it, the route of the Juve coming from the upper side is not as good as the Juve coming down the pond early in the morning and pass over the pond and going that other way and come back to the village. Oh. But I think the police reasons why they've changed the route.
They should go the other way?
That's where they used to go first. But they seem to say that there's certain areas when the people get in the thing, that if something happens in that area of the route, the police can't get there, ambulance can't get there, and so on. Because then it's like maybe around 7 or 8 they would be passing there. Yeah. And the amount of people and bands and everything, the whole place is filled with people. The police can't get to that spot. The ambulance can't get to that spot. But you would have to station something there ahead. Yeah. You see? But that way around, like in 95, they had the song, go to the west, go to the right, and go to the left.
Yeah.
And when the people come that way, and they say, go to the right, they all went in the pond, and when they go to the left, they run up on the bank.
I remember as a little boy, Joby morning was fun. Watching people.
It's not only that, Joby morning used to be in town.
Yeah.
And in town, come up the front street. I have a video of that.
Yeah.
I have a video of the come
It was nice because it was all Simran people, you know.
Yeah.
So they know you can't recognize the people.
It was really move on.
It's now international.
It's international.
Yeah.
International. And the last Juve we had, I think people from all over the world took part in that Juve.
Yeah.
When you stood up alongside the road and you look at the people who you have never seen before, you can see that they are from different countries, not one country alone. And I tell you, they enjoy themselves.
You know, there are a lot of people who are living here today, but came over the years with Joby Morning and never went back here.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. I've heard so many people say, I come to say, man, I am not leaving, you know.
Yeah.
I come not to leave.
It's amazing how. So when you sometimes reflect on Carnival, because I'll tell you, I was a little boy. I can remember there at the Sunday School Library area what it was like. It's just amazing to see what we are today.
That's right. Where that's concerned, I would tell you they've done a very good job.
How you feel about the part where, you remember who was the first queen, Carnival Queen in St. Martin?
Yes. If you're talking about down in the 60s, when we had Caribbean Lumber Ball Pack, there we kept all the festivities. Irma Abdul Hamid.
Okay.
2 years on the stretch.
2 years on the stretch?
Yeah, and at that time it was different than how it is now. They had tickets to sell, and who sold the most tickets was Queen.
Wow.
I mean, we did things completely different than how to do it now.
Yeah, and Irma looks still good.
Yeah, and you know, the Calypsonians, this is something that I would like to make mention of because it's very important. Calypsonians sang 3 songs. They had to sing one of their own composition. They could copy a song from another Calypsonian, and on the spot, the judges would tell them to sing 2 couplets about that subject. There you pro the Calypsonian.
Yeah.
Another thing that we did in those days, the judges never sat together. You know, like one judge, 3 judges around one table. No. You had to be in a crowd, you had to be over there, another one over there. And when it is over, you bring all the judges come together and then they compile the points and then you get proper judgment. Because I wouldn't say that this is being done now, and what I'm going to say, but it's a possibility. And how much you think, how much you give him?
So that happened, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But to give a much better judgment, is when the judges are from different angles. They can hear the crowd, they can hear the music, and so and they can judge. They judge the lyrics, judge the timing, you know. Because the last Carnival, Calypso contest, only a musician will know when there is a little miscard. The crowd wouldn't know that. You know, the fella singing and then where he had to fit in, he didn't fit in, you know. But they don't pay attention to those things.
They're too wrapped up in the whole thing.
Yeah.
When you're judging, you're really looking for things that the audience is not looking for, But, you know, I used to feel pretty embarrassed about our Calypsonians. As a little boy, sometimes I couldn't go to the village at that time, so I would listen to it on PGD2 radio. It was horrible. They were really bad. But not anymore.
But you know what has or who has brought Calypsonians to this island, and our Calypsonians improved from then on. The late Arnold Scott. He's the first one that brought Calypsonians from Trinidad to sing.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, to sing. Yeah, and our Calypsonians pick up a lot from that.
And you know, the thing is, we've had a lot over the years. I think that Genius was the first one to really go international.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, he was good.
And today now look at how many of them are all over.
And I can tell you the truth, the Calypso level now is, I mean, you can compare to any one of the islands, Eastern Caribbean Calypsos.
So we've come a long way.
Very, very well.
And are there any areas when you look at Carnival that you're saying, boy, we should still improve that area?
This is my personal opinion, as I'm saying. I'm not saying that they should do it, but this is what I think. We have a lot of international shows, bands coming from different places and so on. That has avoided a lot of the local programs to actually be put in place. What they should do, or what could be done, is that you choose a month of the year, let's say July, and you bring in all the international shows in the month of July. This will give us a second activity that will draw people to the island. And then you fill up your local program with as much local things as possible, back to what we did in our day.
Let me ask you, in the time when you started Carnival, how many days was Carnival then?
I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder. It's I who made the program from April 14th till the 2nd of May. Anybody can check. I have programs. I have programs. Surprisingly, I kept a lot of programs over the years.
Oh, okay.
So it was always 2 weeks. Always 2 weeks, starting 14th of April. The only way it started a little later, it depends on when Easter and Good Friday would fall. But it was always 2 weeks.
Because I'm hearing from people now that it's a little bit too long.
No. The 2 weeks got to go very fast, and people enjoy themselves.
I think when most of that is coming mostly from certain business that feels that the way it is, it ties up the economy. You have a bunch of holidays all falling sometime the same time.
Sometimes that is correct, but the business should not complain. Why? Because the amount of people that come to this island, the business sector profits. You know how many people come to this island for the carnival, and they do shopping here, there, everywhere.
There's a trade-off.
You understand? So I think the benefit, they shouldn't worry much about that. It's in their interest.
Should have one in July, like you said.
Yeah, no, you keep international shows, right. in July. You bring in a show for Riga, a show Latin, a show. The same shows you bring in, put them in July month. So what happens then? You get people coming again, because July is off season.
Yeah.
And our festivity was in mind at the end of the tourist season, April, to catch the flow of people that were leaving from St. Thomas Carnival, going back up to the United States. They pass here as a last lap before going up. That was the idea why our carnival is not like Ash Wednesday with the other islands that have it for Ash Wednesday and so on. Even the French side has it for the time of carnival.
But
we have it different.
There are people who complain about that because it's the wrong Lent time. They feel it shouldn't be. Being a Christian island, that is, a lot of people feel too that the time is wrong. Yeah.
It was based on the celebration of Her Majesty's birthday, 30th of April.
There's always been some resistance.
People will always complain about something.
Like I'll tell you, when I started the program Issues on PGD2 on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, a lot of people told me, no, not Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. It's not good. It's not going to work. PGD2 is now doing it still. See, so it's still continuing. So at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. So we tend to complain about something and then
we accepted it afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you had to put a dollar figure on Carnival and this economy, you have any kind of estimate?
No. I'll be honest with you, no.
Don't you think we should start doing that?
There is a lot of money turning around during Carnival.
Yeah. I think there should be some
And
study done.
what people complain about is the high prices to go in the village, to see a show. Because if you have to carry your family or even another person with you, you don't have much money left to really spree as you might want to.
But if you want international artists, you got to pay for it, and they're very expensive.
Yep.
So I don't know if people realize that.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. They're not coming here for free.
How you feel about today? There are different nights, like Latin night and this.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was telling you. That those shows, have them in the month of July.
But then people will say, but then you're taking away something from the carnival.
No. International shows and so on was not part of our carnival.
So
the only international show we had, if you would call it that, was Paro passing through.
So you're saying that they should go back probably to no international shows in carnival and have them all in July?
Yeah. Because then you get a second attraction, and you get people coming especially for that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're building our economy too.
But do you think maybe then less people might come for carnival?
No, I don't think so. Oh. Because the people who come for those international shows, they may come from direct neighboring islands, which they would do the same thing in July.
Yeah.
The same international shows at that time would boost our economy. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that they must do that. No, think it over.
And then it could be like a weekend from Friday,
it could
Saturday,
be
Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
A weekend.
Yeah. I was small when I heard about the similarities of St. Martin and St. Thomas, but I never knew that you was the person responsible.
Yes. This is what people didn't understand. We are not actually speaking about the carnival parades in St. Thomas and the other activities.
The festival
Specifically, this festival village. That's what we are concentrating on. And that's where I got the award. It's not for carnival because we had a committee. So everybody would have to be awarded. No, the carnival village, the festival village, I was responsible for setting that up, and I ran it personally 9 consecutive years that I dealt with it as my project.
And so let me take a call for you. Oral Gibbes live and caller. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, you're on live, caller. Can you turn your TV off, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, please turn your TV off, and then we can go. Let me know when you're ready. So anytime.
Yes.
Okay, your TV is still on, sir.
Yes, it's off.
Is it off? I'm still hearing it. I am still hearing it. It's not off. It's still on. So when you get it off, then we can continue. Yeah. You got a remote there and a mute button. Got it? All right, good. Thank you. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Go right ahead.
It's Sugar Boy.
Yes, Sugar Boy. How you doing?
Well, not too good.
You was in carnival too those days?
1974, Mr. Jocelyn Arndell had a party by the name of the LM party. Rennie Richardson, Raphael Maku, myself, Mr. Jocelyn, and I can't remember who the other two was. But none of them could have held the party. And it's only me and Jocelyn alone could have held that party. At night, when they got up, went to go up the talk, the people cheering him, we want Rumu, oh, that's all the cry you could hear. We want Sugar Boy, we want Rumu, we want Honest. So how I got to know Jocelyn, he came to Kelso with the Buccaneers, a band from the front side, and he mashed up Kelso. Montano, he mashed up Montano. That's how I got to know Jocelyn.
That's true?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
And at night, I used to work shift. And around 7:30, I done walk. I go pick up the band, the band, and carry it to Montana. And we had a real good time. But here when we had a party, Jocelyn tell us, he said, look, well, nobody vote for yourself. Aaron, I vote for Jocelyn. Load your guns on Jocelyn. I like a little big half vote for Jocelyn. I tell all my people them to vote for Jocelyn. One person said they ain't voting for us. They can't vote for me, they ain't voting for nobody. That was Olivia, who passed away lately. She the only vote that I get. I myself never vote for myself. Jocelyn, right there, he could tell you if you think I love it.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So I didn't know the one Curacao.
I took
Buccaneers.
Like how you took us to St. Bart's.
Yeah.
I took the Buccaneers to Curacao.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I tell you the truth, they made their name in Curacao.
What kind of band was the Buccaneers? That was like
the band from the French side. Those are the fellows who playing in the other bands today were part of the Buccaneers.
Were they similar to the Rolling Stones?
I would say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a very good band.
And so in Curacao, they receive you all well?
Welcome. And I mean, we played calypsos and all like that, which the Curacao bands never played. So we had a fame. Yeah. And like I said, we matched up Montana. I tell you, the band was good. Buccaneers was a good band.
So, you've been involved in a lot. You've been involved with attending the boys too.
Yeah, just a few days ago, I was going through my archives, and I found a picture of Estrellas del Caribe. That's a big known band from Curacao. And they had on it, dedicated to Jocelyn, and because I was instrumental in bringing it to St. Martin too. I wouldn't say that I'm the first, but I had a lot to do with bringing bands here down in the 70s. It started from 69 and so on. I brought levels called Combo from Antigua, and the GI Brass, that is now the Group Impression, or the Group Impression. I brought the Flames from Montserrat. I brought Remy Monday from Guadeloupe. I brought Valmaris from St. Kitts. I brought another band from St. Thomas, Milo and the Kings. Those bands, I was instrumental in bringing them. Because at that time I had a club, Olympic.
Okay, right,
yeah. I brought all of those bands, yeah.
It's amazing because I remember G.I. Brass was like a top band.
Yes.
When they came to St. Martin, everybody was up.
That's right.
So,
and that was called Combo. At that time, I went to
Antigua.
Yeah, I went to Antigua in 1968 as the captain of a fishing team through the government, And I heard that band playing at Kensington Court, and I went to them and said, "But would you like to come to St. Martin?" I said, "Sure." And I tried I made an audition to Olympic at the time to accommodate them. And they came. That was a very good band. It's the same thing like the big drums from Nevis. I read on the internet, as I was telling you, people would take something out of your article and put it in, but wrong.
Yeah.
I am the person that brought the big drum to St. Martin, because I went to Nevis and I heard them and Brown Pasture, place there, they had horse race and so on, and this drum were playing and people following them, jumping up and five and the big drum, and I went over to them and said, "Would you all like to come to Martin?" I said, "Sure, if you could send for us." I took the information. Arndell was governor, and I got permission from him. They came, and they were in the Carnival village. They brought a team of clowns with them, playing wild Indian. And look, the people enjoyed that. They go all the way back on the back end with the wooden hatchet in the hand, and he gave them permission to serenade. I brought him here.
I'll take a call for you. Oral Gibbes Live and call. Hello.
Good night, Mr. Gibbes. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing, ma'am?
This is your friend Ossie. I called in to tell my cousin Jocelyn,
Oh, good night.
congratulate him.
Thank you.
Tell him I say wrong, but he must come and look for me.
Okay, I'll do. I'll do.
No, he
Can I
promised.
speak to him 1 minute?
Yeah, go ahead. He hearing you. Go ahead.
And tell Jocelyn I said, I hope now everything go good with him, but I longing to see him.
Okay.
I walk, I help myself.
Okay. I'll pass by your house. Don't worry. I will pass.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay.
Take care. All the best. All right. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, as you said, that I was involved in, but a lot of people don't know. And I don't walk around, telling people I'm this and telling people I'm that and the other. No. Who know me know who I am.
how you find the time to do all the things you did?
Believe me.
Wow. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
You know?
And as a government employee, I must say this, in the days of Yapa Bouchon, I worked 9 years with him. He gave me every opportunity there was to elevate. I was his liaison officer 10 years. I was in charge of protocol. There's so many things at the same time.
You did a lot.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Oral Gibbes Live and call. Hello.
Beg pardon?
Yes, you're on the air live. Go ahead. Can you turn your TV?
On the TV?
Can you turn your TV off, please? Turn your TV off so we can.
I gotta take it off.
Yeah, please, and then we can speak so you can hear us.
Okay, good night.
Good night, how are you?
Good night.
Good night. How are you doing?
Bad thanks, and Mr. Jocelyn there.
Good night.
Listening to the program, they should remember that Edith Pantoflet, she is one of them.
That's correct.
That was a pioneer also.
That's
for
correct.
Carnival
That's
from
correct.
The beginning.
That's correct.
And don't let them wait until Edith dies. She's still living. And we just wait too late for when somebody dies to give them the recognition that they need.
Their honors,
Even
correct.
I hear Jocelyn talk about the big drum when they come here. I don't want to make a big thing about it. But I remember a Sunday morning before I leave to go to church, Walter come and tell me that you Nevis people out here stranded. I don't know what went wrong with them. And that Sunday, me and Edith take care of them until they was ready to go back to Nevis. I don't know what went wrong. I didn't ask no question. But I'm just telling them, don't forget Edith Pantoflet. Edith had a boat come from Nevis with all kind of things when it was time for Carnival. You could have get coconut, they could have get the pots to cook in, they could have get the cold pots and everything.
Where's she
and
now?
it seems as if Edith is forgotten. Just forget about me.
Can I get a shit?
But Edith is forgotten. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, I would like to put in my 2 cents on that. And what the lady said is correct. But the Minister of Culture now, she is delving into the history. And I'm sure that, and speaking on her behalf, that all the persons who were involved in anything cultural will be recognized.
But Edith Pantoflet, she mentioned, she said that she used to bring things from Nevis
Yeah,
on the boat.
that's true. That's true. That's what I said. She's correct. I don't recall exactly what had happened with the group from Nevis. I don't know if it's the same group, but I know that the government and the Carnival Committee had taken care of those 4 fellows and the clowns that came. We put them up, and we took care of them to go back to Nevis. But I don't know, maybe there's a second group, because I heard people mention that Edith had also brought a group from Nevis. This might be the same group, I don't think, but she also brought a group.
And so this lady, Edith Pantoflet, used to be involved with the...
Yeah, she had a boat, as the lady said, so she used to bring a lot of things.
But what the boat had to do with Carnival Festival?
Well, exactly, bringing the things just in time for people to get stuff, to take part in the Carnival.
Oh, so she was bringing, what, provisions, those kind of things?
Exactly.
Okay.
And cold and things like that.
But if Edith, she never used to live on Front Street?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I know what it is.
You know,
yeah,
Biloxi
no,
first.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, it's amazing. There's so many people that did so many
things. Yeah.
And sometimes, you know,
They're just forgotten.
Yeah, it's amazing, you know. It's, you know, sometimes you don't want to forget anyone, but those things happen sometimes.
Those things do happen.
I hope that
but you know, I think where recognition of people are concerned, it depends on who is in government. I'll be honest with you, who is in government. Because you have, now that you have ministers of culture, you have commissioners of culture, and so on, and some have interest and some don't. You take, for example, let me just divert a little and go to Tanner and the Boyd. According to which commissioner was in office, Tanner and the Boyd had to travel, and they were sent abroad, government-wise, to represent the man. And other persons, commissioners of culture, had no interest. We were deprived, as an example, from going to Guyana, Carifesta, short of $700.
Wow.
We couldn't go to Anguilla. Sent 32 people. St. Martin couldn't send 10 and boys.
But I mean,
you know, those things happen. It depends on the commissioner in charge of culture.
But you know, you all, as 10 and the Boys, were real celebrities in the music. I mean, I could remember seeing the mayor of St. Bart's and the people of St. Bart's just go crazy over you all.
But
unbelievable.
Arndell, you're the one that took us to St. Bart's. You took us to St. Bart's. You personally took us to St. Bart's.
That was in the early 1990s.
Yeah.
And then we went two times.
Correct. That's correct.
They were so happy.
We played for the senior citizens over there. Oh, it had rained that night too.
And I saw the happiness on the people's face and how excited people were with the music that you all did.
Yeah. You know, we went to Germany. Germany didn't know St. Martin. We put St. Martin on the map in Germany. And I mean, I have videos of us playing in the crowd and so on. And you wouldn't
do?
Holland too.
Yeah.
The band went to Holland 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after you all went to St. Bart's and you all became international.
We went to Cuba.
How was that?
Oh man, Cuba was wonderful.
Yeah. We'll take a call. You there, caller? Hello. Yeah, this is Oral.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I want to thank Jocelyn for reminding the people of St. Martin that our culture began long time ago. And it wasn't for him. The people like him and Edith, who I know personally too, and her husband, Mr. Dalpas, Pantaflat, and all those people.
Arndell.
He would have not, because we used to buy kerosene and things from them in the front street. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
And they used to always have things to sell. But they were instrumental in a lot of things. And these are the people who we don't even don't recognize them. Why we don't recognize it is something is wrong. We recognize other people that came from Timbuktu. We don't know nothing about them. But they immigrate here. And after like 40 years here, or 50 years, whatever it is, they become the icons. But the icons have become long before they, like these people, that like Jocelyn and his mother. My mother was good friend with my mother, she had named Lillian. And they was old folks from St. Martin, and they had know everything about St. Martin. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she mentioned true things there.
Yeah, that's correct.
Your mother was quite a cool lady. Yeah.
My mother, not because this was my mother, but she was a dynamic lady.
Yeah, very industrious lady. And you know, she mentioned, I think Edith was one of the first people selling provisions in St. Martin, right?
Yeah, she was. She was.
But Randolph her husband had the water truck and so forth.
Yep.
So see, now I know exactly who it is.
And you know, coming back to the festival village, every day the water truck would pass in there and people get the water.
So Randolph is coming with the truck?
Yeah. He in Tannin, so driving the water truck and give everybody water.
And they used to pick up the water in Point Blanche, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about others St. Martin that have done more than this gentleman. Hurricane, you're a specialist.
That's right.
You know, I mean, I could go on and on, aviation, and it's just incredible. You ever think about writing a book? in your life?
But I wrote a book already.
You also was an Island Council member.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote a book already, Miscarriage of Justice, that was based on a true story.
Right, and you had to have with that book, yeah.
But I intend to write another book, Too Much for One Man. That would be my life story.
You also started a political party. You were
Parties. Parties.
Everything you've done. I mean, and for people who don't know, you also used to be on TV anchoring the Government Information Service.
Yeah.
I mean, you did everything.
Well, the only thing I didn't do was being a governor.
And you got to be proud of yourself.
I had a very nice career, honestly. Even when I was detained by the police, I still learned a lot because of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it true you had one of the nicest cars in St. Martin those days?
Yes. The first car I bought was a 1948 Chevrolet.
Yeah? Wow.
I paid $250 for it. I couldn't buy it cash. I paid half price and pay every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had a Dauphine, a Renault Dauphine. Yeah. That was a beautiful little car. I was trying my best, and I had nice cars. Up to now, I have that's a 48 Chevrolet. I still have to fix it up now. It needed refurbishing, but I like old cars. I like classics and antiques.
It's amazing when you drive the road now, and you see what it is now and when it was then.
Yep.
And your days was just a few guys on the road. Of
course. I mean, a car would pass, and you know exactly whose car that is.
From a mile away.
That's right. Yeah.
Incredible, incredible. I just want to thank you, and I want to thank you again for your service to this country. We got to be so proud of you. I wish we had more people like you. You really make St. Martin what it is, make us what we are today.
Yeah, I did a lot. And as I was telling you, a lot of things we did, you and myself too. We did a lot of things as part-time. I did a simple thing on the side.
Right.
Today, it's an office, established department with so many employees, and when we were running the GIS, you had to take the video, go in the studio, edit it yourself, and then announce it.
Yeah, do everything.
One person. Yeah. Today there's a big staff, and so it is with many other things in the government that we did.
So the government is expanding, and now is the biggest employer.
Yes, sir.
So we have a minute. I want to give it all to you. Anything you feel like adding in the closer?
Well, it's always a privilege to be on your program, because a lot of people, after the program, always contact me and say they love the program. They wish I could be invited again, especially when I'm speaking about the history of the island and so on. People enjoy the program, and I am always available when it comes to giving information, and especially historical information.
Well, I want to thank you, because the last time you was in the program, we also posted on my YouTube channel.
Yes,
and
that's right.
got a lot of good response from a lot of people. So
that's right.
So, again, congratulations and all the best to you, and thank you again for your service to St. Martin.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time right here on Oral Gibbes Live. Until then, good night. Take care. Bye.